Hey kids, how's it going? It's Johnny B here, and I'm going to be doing another stream today. Welcome to my channel. Easy to use music templates for Ableton creators, Reaper creators. Today we're in Reaper, and I am going to continue writing a leitmotif, a character theme for a 2D point-and-click game set in the 1930s. So take a listen to this. This is as far as we've gotten so far. Okay, and we start the loop again. So I'm going to try and just jam along with this with the string patch that I've come up with. Take a listen. Aha. Cool. Okay, I do want a string sound that is not pizzicato to complement the pizzicato one. So the issue that I'm facing now is that it's automatically switching to pizzicato, so it's a bit of problem solving here. As you can see, I've got Symphony Strings or Symphony Essential package on the right over here, loaded up, and should be able to hear it. Now let's just see what happens when we restart the loop. Does it? Yeah, I see it's automatically switching back to pizzicato, not what I want. What I'm trying to do here is prevent it from doing that. So the problem is, I think, to do with the routing. I think these two instances of contact are one, and I'm editing the wrong one. So let's open up this. Let's close everything down firstly, and then open up the correct one, which is going to be I see, yes, I've got two tracks being pulled into the Orchestra Lite master track, which is where the contact instrument is. So what I actually need to do is duplicate everything, so I have a second instance of Orchestra Lite, and I'm then going to just undo some of the stuff that I've previously done in order to get where I want to get. Okay, good. Now we have Orchestra Lite, the string patch, and it should be loading on the right. There it is. Cool. And there's my pizzicato sound, which I can then change to sustain. Okay, a bit of setup there, but now that we're in the groove, we can jam along. So basically we're going from a G major to an E flat to a B to a D. So that's the progression here. We're going G, E flat, B major, sorry, D, B major, B flat major, and then to a D. Some weird tritone. Here we go. G, E flat, D, B flat, G, E flat. And then this kind of 4/5 thing. Okay. Good. So I've got an idea of where we are musically now. Let's noodle around until we come up with something that sounds nice, basically. I like these. Let's go. Okay, good. I've got a nice top line. Let's record that. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3. Not recording for some reason. Should have taken that right over there. There, now it's working for some reason. Okay. Before I do the recording, what I want to do is just set the key switch to... Okay, I'm going to have to just get down low here. there you can see the little dot is mixing, it's changing from one articulation to the next. So what I want is just sustains, and I'm going to give myself 4 bars, click, and then I will record the part with the key switch, part. I'll work out what to do there, and that should be it. Click off. Go. Good. So we've got a musical part now, which is good enough for me. Good. Just got to fill out the end part here with maybe some flourish on the high strings. And the harmonics are nice, a very long release time though. Let's change that back down to where it was before, which I think is not pizzicato, but there it is. I'm way too high. Okay. There we go. So what I'm looking for now is just an ending section to this part. So the harmony that's happening over here is, it's going from a C to D, no? I'm just experimenting with different articulations here. Spiccato works nicely. Why don't you just layer it up so? That B flat doesn't work at all. So it's more like how about this? No. Okay, let's just start with the simple stuff. How about yeah, to make it a bit more playful, we could change the articulation. So actually what I did there, I do want to redo it. And we just switch the articulation at this point. Now I'm having trouble scrolling up. Having trouble getting to the top of this section over here, which sucks. I tried to figure it out earlier. Need to scroll the hell up to C flat, sorry, B flat 7, I think, is the correct articulation note. Watch what I mean. You'll see it automatically change over here when it hits that note. Let's try save, and there we go. It's just a little bit too early, and also staccato. I want it to be spiccato. So here we go again. Now, that's where we want it. And now it's stuck on spiccato, so I've got to reset it. I like that. That's a nice little break there. Okay, great. Sounds good to me. We'll do some finessing later. Like I was saying yesterday, so I got this guy get in touch with me and say, hey man, you want to write this jazz soundtrack for the game? And I thought, cool, that's kind of what I do. I play swing jazz around town here in Cape Town. And so I just, I said yes. He paid me a deposit, which is nice. Sometimes people just approach you and ask you to work pro bono, which I can't afford to really. And so we're in business, and now what I've got to do is send him a bunch of these leitmotifs for 6 characters and ideas. So I've sent him reference tracks, meaning similar sounding things, all in the 1930s era. And now I've got to send my take on the approved reference tracks. For this track, Lord Cardigan, the character is, the word is duplicitous. We don't know if he's a bad guy, but he's very charming and quite funny. So it's good. This soundtrack, this little leitmotif I'm writing now, has got the makings of, like a kids show where a criminal is sneaking around, like pizzicato and clarinet. But I'm going to, just basically make a rough draft of it and send it to him, see what he says, and then take it forward from there. We don't have much further to go. I think this idea here just needs a bit of percussion, basically, before it can be developed. I think we could even extend that out a little bit, so let's do that. I don't think I need that window for now. Let's maximize our screen real estate here. And yeah, other thing I wanted to do was just check out something on OBS here. Okay, not the time, I don't think. I'll have to figure it out later. Cool. So yeah, let's get on with the percussion for this section now. There is a dedicated percussion track here, but it doesn't have a lot in it. And what I actually want to do is I'm going to delete that. I don't think we need that percussion at all, because I've got the beast of all beasts when it comes to percussion, which is Cineperk. Cineperk is a super huge library of percussive orchestral sounds, everything from triangle to kettle drums, and you've definitely heard it. It's in some of the biggest movies around, and my job now is to try and find an appropriate sounding percussion soundtrack to this. So what say we give it a little listen? And first we got to root it, of course, so let's take that to the pre-master. I mean, it's an absolute beast of a ensemble of percussion library. All of the blue notes you can see at the bottom in this keyboard here are separate samples. They extend even further than my MIDI keyboard does, so there are tons and tons of samples to go. So these are the epic cinematic sounds, not into that. These are like doorbell sounds. I've played with those a couple times, but not what we need here. There's some snares, cymbal crashes, rushes. Once you hear these sounds enough, you start to see them everywhere, or hear them everywhere. This is now a glockenspiel, the most surprising percussive instrument. You'd think it belonged in the keyboard family, but it actually belongs with the drums. And I love it. And it's cute, and I do think it might work for this. Let's just play around a little bit. No, it's too cute. This guy might be a bit too ruthless for that instrument, so that's definitely a childlike instrument. So we don't need that. And we're out of samples there. Okay. So that's Cineperk. I think I might be looking in the wrong place. Let's open up another contact instrument here. And the other idea that I could use... Oh, wait a second. Wait a second. There's something wrong. You don't have the right lights, man. If you're going to do a stream, you've got to be in character. That I am the boogeyman. And I have the boogie plan. Okay, contact instrument. Let's bring that into view. And let's check out the browser. Cineperk. Okay, this is really where we want to be. We've got options for all sorts of things. What I'm kind of looking for here is more of a sort of like, yeah, ethnic, the congas and bongos. That's it. I don't know why I loaded that. Cool, let's go with congas and see what we can get here. Cool, that's a lot of, that's some low rolls. Conga, I don't really want rolls, I want individual hits. Okay, so it's low, medium and high. It slaps, no, not really there. Oh, okay, cool. Oh, I'm also peaking, sorry, this a bit louder. Oh, it's got a sweep. That's nice. Because I don't know much about playing congas, I'm going to have to wing this one. So, let's first just take this guy down a level. Okay, good. Okay, let's write some music. Let's find the right sound. I can also add other instruments in here as we go. Cajon, maracas. Okay, let's just minimize these. And the cool thing here is I can play them all from the same MIDI keyboard. I just got to change MIDI patch. So I'll show you what I mean in a minute. Right, let's go with that. What is it? Talking drum sounded. Talking drum is going to be a little bit more Indian. Okay, we got this. Let's try this. Okay, so playing with the theme for the character Lord Cardigan. This is quite good. I'm going to do the take of that. 3. That's it. Good. Good. Could have a bit more subtlety, but we'll bring the mixing process. We'll mix it better now. Cool. Making a little bit of progress. Next up, I'm going to MIDI select channel 2 on this keyboard, and now we're on the talking drum setting for the same exact piece. I don't think this is appropriate actually. What we need is the finger cymbals, that type of thing. Anyway, while we're here, let's just try MIDI channel 3, which is that tamborica. I have no idea what it is, I just loaded it to see. And it sounds like a gunshot, and clearly not going to work here. So, I'll kill those first two. Now we've just got that sound. Alright. It's a little bit loud, but it's fine. Good. Now, I'm in the ethnic instruments section, and I know that a bunch of these are shakers from various parts of the world. I'm just going to go with something else. I think chimes. Yeah, I'm looking for something more like chimes and bells than shakers. So let's try MIDI channel 2 again. A little too organic, a little too uncontrolled. So I think we're going to have to look elsewhere. And they will probably be, yeah, there we go, metals, triangles, finger cymbals. There's actually a patch called finger cymbals. This is exactly what we need. Alright, so we got the answer right here. Let's just hide the unnecessaries, and I'm going to do a take, just jamming along with this track. Sounds a little bit exotic, doesn't it? Like belly dancing. Something very sparingly here. Okay, let's stop the loop. Just getting a bit of ear fatigue there. That's kind of what I'm looking for. Take it back. Okay, we'll put it right at the end there. I've got to change this to MIDI overdub, otherwise we're going to lose our data. So, did I make a key for this? I think if I hit Y, then we record MIDI overdub. That's right. Cool. Just remembering, like, from the good old days when I spent a lot more time on Reaper before I had a kid, and I had all these shortcuts. It was like muscle memory. It's coming back to me now slowly. So what were the notes? I forgot. Ding, da, ding. Ding, ding, doo, doo, doo. Okay, let's do it halfway through. Actually, we need like castanets. That's what we're looking for here. It'll fit in quite nicely. Okay, good. I like how this is sounding, but the congas are just a little bit too heavy velocity. So we're gonna... There we go, just want to slap. That's good, and we can always adjust the volume in the actual instrument itself. Good. Making progress, that is what is important. If you just dropped into this point of the stream, I'm making some music for a character in a 2D point-and-click adventure game. Quite excited. The game's set in the 30s, so it's got a vintage sound. And right now I'm writing sort of this like sneaky character, but also very charming. His name's Lord Cardigan. My name is John Bartman. I do easy-to-use music templates for Ableton users and Reaper users, and people are able to download a lot of the free stuff that I make for the community. If you go to the channel, the link in the channel description of my YouTube channel, you'll see a link to some free templates, and also if you want to access like full templates for some of my most popular stuff, you can edit it yourself. Much better than starting from scratch, right? So check the links to buy those too, and help support my work. Everything much appreciated. So I can continue my journey in bringing music composition to the world. Okay. I'm about to add a third instrument to this setup over here, which is, sorry, just accidentally docked something. I did not want to dock it. What I want to do is just bring it up. There we go. And I'm going to look for castanets, which should be under the wood section of Cineperk. Castanets. Oh, I do love Cineperk. They've really thought of everything. Well, okay, there we go. That's what we're looking for. Correct. So we've got finger cymbals, castanets, and congas all happening on this MIDI editor board over here. And I'm going to just screw around with castanets. Okay, let's just see where the limits are. So many variations, right? Makes you wonder how many sounds you can get out of a castanet. Huh? There you've got a roll, which is nice. We'll use that at the end. Sounds like a softer roll, but... Okay, here we go. Nothing... That sounds like a snap, which is nice. Good. Just a short section over here. I've looped it, but at the wrong point in time. I meant to loop that. I'm sure you're getting a little bit sick of the same thing being played again and again. Let's just mute. Aha. Also just discovered I was playing back both instances of the winds, which I don't want. Let's just correct that quickly. I've duplicated this orchestra light, well, a group folder with the 3 sub categories of orchestral sections. So in other words, I've got a duplicate of the winds section, which I do not want. In fact, I'm not sure I even want a second wind. We might come back to it, but for now, all I want is pizzicato string, legato string, and the winds, which play the melody, but I want to mute the winds to save on ear fatigue. So let's just get these percussion sections done. I'm going to give it a Cuban kind of flavor, like in terms of rhythm. Nice and oh, I know what. I've got another problem, which is the velocity on this keyboard. There we go. It wasn't giving me a lot of play. That's why everything was recording at max velocity. I've got a knob here on this keyboard, which sets the velocity min to max, and it was set to always record at max. Everything coming through really red and hot. Now I can go soft or loud. Okay, let's try that again. One, 2, 3, 4. I want to undo that and just do it better, basically. 4. That's it. There you go, a little bit of a castanet roll there, I like that. Okay, and let's actually quantize all of this, but not too strictly. Using my ears by closing my eyes. Removing some of the unnecessary moments. Yeah, let's refine the strings a little bit. They are starting to sound like they're way too hot. And to do that, I'm going to introduce modulation. So when writing strings, generally, you have the opportunity to fade in, bring in legato, bring in swells, you know, in terms of dynamics, and soft to loud, and that kind of thing. That's what orchestral music is pretty good for. It makes pop music look binary. In pop music, something's either playing 100% loud or it's off, and you get big gaps which force the speakers, to push the air and make it more dancey. Orchestral music, you tend to rely more on the dynamics, the difference between loud and soft. Okay, let's take it back to the start. Okay, now let's zoom down, zoom on, zoom through, zoom around, zoom in. Okay, so you see what I've got here is these two notes, so now I'm going to just bring that swell over there so that it kind of swoops into them. Oops. Why is follow not on? I think F2 is follow, no? 2. Yeah, 2 is follow, yeah. And then it comes screaming in with the next 2, which we don't want, so we're going to take them down. And just create a bit of a swell here. Oops. I do this manually because my mod wheel's not working, unfortunately. No, we need to actually make it come up again, so I'm gonna have to. This is the stuff that I hate the most. I'm sorry to be neg, but making individual changes to MIDI like this is so time consuming. It's the equivalent of a handmade teapot as opposed to a factory made teapot. This is the handcrafted approach. It is the reason that I will survive the AI apocalypse because people still enjoy having this level of finesse in their music. I'm not saying it's better, I'm just saying it sounds more human. Okay, now if there's a way to copy this, I would love to know what it is. There it is. There is apparently a way, and I just did it. I'm happy. Good. Now we can take these lowest notes up a little bit, just to raise the bar. Let's take it back to the start. Strings. We can bring this swing in right there. And then we're obviously going to need to dip it quite significantly before these last 2 notes. And let's give this a listen. So I'm doing some real-time editing here, and what I'm going to try to do next is... First, let's give this a listen. Okay, I've lost the second note for some reason. I think it might be overlapping. I know what it is. It's the fact that I changed the articulation to spiccato and it's being lost. I'll show you what I mean. Here we go. And back to the start, reset, play from here. That's what I wanted, but not so suddenly. We can do it like that. Cool. Reset and travel forward in time. Unfortunately, there it is. Okay. It seems to be you lose some functionality, keyboard shortcut functionality, when you're using this inline editor as I am. The other alternative would be to open up the dedicated MIDI editor, but just leaves me with a little less screen real estate. But it is an option, so let's try that. I'm going to leave the velocity lane out of the way, and I'm going to include this modulation lane, the green stuff at the bottom. And what I'm trying to do now, or what I am doing now, let's just, actually maybe this is an option, yeah, using this bottom panel instead of the inline editor, because I think that way I can still use my jump forward and backward keyboard shortcuts. Okay, right, let's take it forward a couple of bars, and okay, good. And now just a little too high on that, so reset the MIDI articulation. Oops. Is it F9? Focus? No, looks like I've lost a little bit of functionality again. Unlucky, unfortunate. There it is. Let's give it a listen. I think it also is a bit early. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. Okay. And oh wait, it is also just slow. Good. And now, because I've reset the automation, sorry, the articulation, this has to move forward. What I'm doing obviously seems a little bit like hard to follow or boring maybe, but this is what it takes to make music using Reaper, and orchestral music at that. I also just want to look up a shortcut real quick, and this is the shortcut screen I'm showing you now, and it is focus. We want to F9, focus main window, valid only within custom actions. So if I'm on a different window, it should actually focus that window. Anyway, let's lose that layer and turn the winds back on. Okay, and I've screwed up the strings. That's just a little bit too far forward. Okay. Okay, that's all good by me. I kind of need a drink of water, so I'll be back in half a second. I'm going to just turn the light down a little bit too. Sometimes I feel like I'm just doing a bit of a blaring job on the light. Okay. Alright kids. Where are we? We are making leitmotifs. This one for a cheeky character called Lord Cardigan. I don't have a... I don't know if this is the correct direction to be going in, but it's worth a shot. One thing I might change though is the orchestral light winds sound. I would actually rather have a dedicated solo instrument, which I'll show you now. I've got templates for days here, and one of them is the full orchestra. There we go. I don't actually need the full orchestra, I just need the wind section. So now it's going to load up a few options, and one of my favorite options with solo winds is the oboe. It's the prettiest sound, in my opinion, prettiest as in like, yeah, just outstanding, beautiful kind of sound. And what I'm going to do now is try and replace the current wind sound. Oh, that's a lot of channels, don't need them all. Replace the current wind sound with a solo oboe, which is here. Before I do that, I need to set the contact instruments output to bus pre-master. Sorry, the wind sections output not to the master, but to the pre-master. Now I should have the ability, let's also just, sorry, while we're at it, I might need this mixing desk to view certain, there we go. In Reaper you've got a track manager window which allows you to show and hide tracks, and what I'm going to do here is just hide all of the all of the MIDI tracks. In fact, those are the ones I want. I think I'm gonna undo what I did, and as you can see, I'm hiding them, and while I'm hiding them, they're disappearing from the mixing desk, which is lovely. I don't need all of this stuff. Let's just get rid of that. I think that's basically it, eh? Yeah, let's just see. I think I've got the... Yeah. There's the oboe. Now where is it going to? Nowhere, because I haven't set it to the bus pre-master. There we go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3. Now I'm getting a double mic channel because this input is set. I don't want that input on. Cool. There's the oboe. Okay. So now it's as simple as finding that part which was represented in the winds section. This is another trick I've been doing recently. Instead of just deleting a part or moving it, if you want to double a part, you're going to sometimes get better results. So what I'm doing here is I'm turning the existing winds patch, the melody, into an oboe solo part, but instead of just removing the winds instrumentation, the winds section, I'm just going to let it play in the background. Often 2 is better than 1. Okay, and we can't hear the oboe, and the reason for that is it's too low. The range of the oboe doesn't quite fit into this melody. Well, I might have been wrong about that. Why are we not playing? Okay, let's first just try and find out why this is not in the right place. Okay, so I'm a little bit lost here. We've got oboe coming through. It might be the MIDI channel, so we can also check 1, 2, 3, 4. I've got another double 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. I've got a double sounding mic. Oh, that's because this one here. Sorry, just doing a little admin here real quick, guys. 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, I definitely don't want that. So I'm going to figure out this track over here. Yeah, all of these should not be mic enabled. They should be MIDI enabled. Have I deleted the wrong tracks? I think I might have deleted the wrong tracks. If not deleted, but disabled. There we go, 1, 2, 3. So these ones that I've shown, let's just re-show them all. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Ah, I see what's going on. Great. Okay, so what's going on is I've got a separate MIDI track. So the MIDI track feeds the MIDI data to the contact instrument. The contact instrument is this winds section over here. Okay, so what's happening here is I'm recording a MIDI part into this oboe solo channel, which is hidden behind my face. Let me just scroll up a bit so you can see it. This oboe solo channel is getting the MIDI data, it's feeding it into its parent, which is this contact instrument over here. And then the contact instrument is spitting out the audio that is being triggered by that MIDI to a separate MIDI channel, audio channel down here. And when I enable, you can't see it either, but when I enable, let's just move me there, move me to the top. When I enable this, it's unfortunately, oof, lost my mouse. Curses, this happened yesterday. Sorry kids, gonna have to get some batteries. Probably got 1 or 2 more of these left before it gives up on me completely. Just bear with me while I try and regain my mouse power. My neighbors are shouting again. Got a neighbor who's extremely pissed off at the dog upstairs, and let me tell you, when you're trying to write gentle orchestral music and this guy with like a pretty strong voice, he obviously likes the sound of it too, he comes shouting at the top of his voice, like literally screaming. It's not easy to focus. So might be an early end to the stream, seeing as I appear to have lost mouse power. But how am I going to end the stream without being able to click end stream? Oh well. Come on, mouse, you can do it. Let me try and move the mouse cursor onto something important that is very damaging if you click, and then try and click that, and then it'll work. Looks like we're out of mouse, guys. Alright, I'm going to try and use keyboard power to end the stream. Hope it's been useful to you, and sorry to end under these circumstances. My name is John Bartman. I've been making these music templates and releasing them online since about 2019, so if you want, check out the link in the YouTube channel description for some free stuff. You can go ahead and import that into Ableton or Reaper and start messing around with it. Do what you like with it. It's not copyright protected or anything. You can you don't have to worry about re-uploading it onto YouTube or getting flagged or anything like that. You have permission from the author, and yeah, I hope it helps you with your stuff. I hope it helps you learn how to compose and learn how to write music. And yeah, thanks very much for tuning in if you did today, and wish me luck as I try and find the stop streaming button. Cool, see you guys again, bye.